Ladies and gentlemen, this past summer, I had the great honor of interviewing a group of guys, and specifically the leader of the group. No, it wasn't the guy they called Mike. It was Zevi Samit. And what started off as the story of a basketball team and its road to a championship turned into a story and an ongoing journey, not only a team, but of communities around the tri-state area and beyond. This journey is an individual journey for everyone on the team. It's a journey of a young man named Zevi Samit, who has created leaders and has created men of boys and people ready to take responsibility further in Klal Yisrael. Ladies and gentlemen, just a short clip of this past year's Tisha B'Av film from Project Inspire.
Fall away three, for the lead, for the lead! Timeout, Farmingdale! Oh my goodness! Zevi Samit!
Zevi is our third out of 5 children, Liain Hara. Ever since he was a little child, we noticed that he had a lot of energy. I just looked for what can I do to help channel this energy? What can I do to help nurture it in the best way possible? I would teach him how to play catch and how to throw. And very early on, we noticed that he had some talent, a lot of natural talent.
Learning wasn't that easy for him. We went through a number of schools during his childhood. All the while, we tried to still build that sports ability.
My parents found a school in Teaneck, which is called TABC, Torah Academy of Bergen County. Every single class was 40 minutes. My parents thought that it was amazing for me, for my attention, and to be able to sit still, and they had sports teams.
We actually have a lot of appreciation for this incredible coach that Zevi had throughout high school. He really believed in all of his players, and he really believed in Zevi. And Zevi felt it. He at one point even told Zevi that, you know, Zevi, you express that you really want to be good at basketball. You actually have the potential to be the best player that ever stepped on this court. It's in your hands. And he loved that. He loved that motivation. Basketball did prove to help him sit in class, focus, grow as a student, and grow as a person. And it proved to be a very healthy, productive outlet.
After TABC, he went to a yeshiva in Israel called Reshit, and Zevi really adapted to that inspiration, really caught on pretty quickly. They also have a nice gym over there in which he could continue to practice.
Then it came time after Shana Aleph to decide what he's going to do for the next year. My husband said to him, Zevi, what you should be thinking about is not where you're going to be learning more, but where you're going to be happy learning. That helped to make the decision to go to YU.
Coming into YU, first day I met the guys on the team, I see one guy with a red hair afro with earrings, see another guy with tattoos. A lot of these guys were not affiliated at all. I created a whole organization called Beyond the Court, which is the initiative Beyond the Court stuff to help these guys just have an awesome time in Yiddishkeit. To do team bonding, but to show them that Yiddishkeit is not a bunch of rules and not a bunch of do's and don'ts, but it's just having a good time and how to make a geschmack in Yiddishkeit.
We saw a lot of transformation of the guys on the team throughout the years, and they themselves shared how much they have grown learning from Zevi and learning with Zevi.
Zevi's secret is he leads by action. He doesn't really tell us what to do. He just does it, and that's how we kind of follow him by his positivity and his actions.
This past year, when YU started, it came in as the #1 seed in their conference. And that was really the time to shine and try to get to that championship, to win it and move to the next level. A lot of anticipation up to that game. We knew a lot of people were going to come.
The championship was a roller coaster. We came to the locker room down 14, and we were very down. We were just in the same situation the previous year, and it was heartbreaking to lose.
I had 2 fouls, so my coach subbed me out. And I go into the locker room, I put my head down. I said, Hashem, if we lose, help me try to accept it. But if we win, I said, I never promise, but I said, Hashem, I promise. I'm gonna use my platform to inspire many people. And I just started making shot after shot, and we started coming back. And one by one, we made shots, they missed shots. Everything happened in our favor. This was like the biggest nace I saw in front of my eyes.
Come up with play after play. Zevi, floater three. Are you kidding me? Falls back for three again. Count that one.
There were 30 seconds left in the game, and they were up by 1.
Zevi he dribbled across that court, and he trusted the work he's put in, and we all trusted him, and we trusted God too.
Fall away three. For the lead! For the lead! Timeout Farmingdale! Oh my goodness! Zevi Samit with a fall away three to take the lead with 15 seconds to go.
After the championship game, we all go into the locker room, and I get in there, and I'm like thinking, like, these guys are gonna all be playing rap music. And I get in there, and they stop, and they look at me, and they go, you ready, guys? And they all go in together. On the bus ride afterwards, just playing music, having a good time, but they're all wearing tzitzis. At that moment, I realized basketball can inspire not just tens, but thousands of people.
He took the opportunity to look beyond himself and to look at the team members that he's playing with and to inspire them and to help them grow. And each team member did grow, and they loved sharing with us and with Zevi areas that they did grow in life and in Yiddishkeit and getting closer to Hashem.
Now I keep kosher, I keep most Shabbats, I try my best, and I want to do Kiddush every Friday night and keep all the holidays.
We might have different backgrounds, different pasts, different shortcomings, different experiences. But we're all Jews, we're all Yidden, trying to do the same thing. Coming closer to Hashem, each in our own way. Is ultimately, just be yourself. You have to be yourself. You have to try your best in your own way, but then to always look out for opportunities.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful story. What a beautiful story. However, as we learned this Shabbos, an inspiring story is just simply not enough. It's what we do with it afterwards. I just want to mention before we go further that Zevi Samit's parents and grandfather are in the room. I want to welcome you and thank you for joining us here tonight. Inspiration itself is not enough. So how can we make it practical? How do we change the lives of the team with our community? And so we decided to make a beautiful Shabbaton because Zevi reached out to Project Inspire knowing that if you want to utilize the single most powerful tool in outreach, our Torah community, Project Inspire was the way to do it. And so we searched for a place where, as Zevi put it, where could we get the best food and the most food, and how can we make an amazing experience? And of course, the answer was Lakewood. And so Project Inspire and Zevi Samit and the team embarked on what turned out to be a life-changing Shabbaton together. Ladies and gentlemen, a small glimpse into the Shabbaton in Lakewood.
We as a community, you don't realize the people that you're dealing with on a day-to-day. They're actually searching. All you have to do is open a conversation.
We had the great opportunity to bring the YU basketball team together with Zevi Samit to Lakewood. It was an amazing Shabbos. It's so beautiful for these people to see the beauty of a Shabbos, the beauty of who we really are.
You know, these are not guys who do Kiruv regularly. It's a really nice opportunity to get involved on a little small scale, so proud of that.
We wanted to give the boys the best possible experience, the most authentic experience of Lakewood, a Shabbos in Lakewood.
I couldn't tell you what Lakewood is on a map if I was us. Ever since I got here, it was the most incredible experience ever. It's absolutely incredible that a community that I'm not really a part of. Like, I didn't grow up religious at all, but they took all of us in without any hesitation. They fed all of us. They took us into their homes. They met their families. It's really, really meaningful to me. Like, you can tell that it took a lot of hard work and a lot of preparation, and we're all very grateful for it.
This Shabbaton makes me understand truly the power of the Jewish community and how our roots are so deep. It really just inspires. It inspired me. It will keep inspiring me, and I will keep remembering this weekend. I think if there are religious people out there, I think, small acts. It doesn't even have to host someone who maybe is not religious, but even having a conversation with someone who came from a different background. If we all did it, it would change our community, and it would really change the world. Go all in, make a difference in someone's life, because we're all one nation.
Someone asked me, you think that they're going to keep Shabbos, they're not going to keep Shabbos, it's irrelevant. The fact is that we gave them a taste of Shabbos. You may not see it right now. I have no doubt that this Shabbos has impactful on them and their future and their whole life. There's no question about it. If this opportunity comes up to you, whether you can host a Shabbaton, together we can go all in and bring back as many neshamas as possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we heard little tidbits over Shabbos about the power of that Shabbos, it is my absolute honor to call on members of not only the YU team, but also the Lakewood community to have a special interview. And to do that, we call upon the king of Jewish podcasts, the Frum podcast. We have with us tonight, Nachi Gordon from Meaningful Minute is here. And I'd like to welcome up on stage Zevi Samit, Tom Waldman, Roy Itzkovitz, Ari Saltz, and Baruch Zlotowitz, who made a special trip from Lakewood tonight, who could not be with us on Shabbos. And the interviewer, of course, the world famous now, Nachi Gordon. Thank you, Nachi.
What's going on, everybody? How was Shabbos here? It was good? Come on. Zevi, you want to know what's the most Jewish thing about me? I think you got to turn these on, by the way, guys. They ain't turning on for you. Can you imagine? Most Jewish thing about me is I feel like I could beat you in a one-on-one. Why do I think that? Why do I think that? It makes no sense. It's so yeshivish. I don't know. I think I could. Next year, Project Inspire is going to show a video of me beating you. Sorry, But we're not going to talk about that right now. I'm joined by some awesome people here on stage. Got to speak a little bit to Tom and Roy before we came up here. Met you guys for the first time. Tom, I'm loving the hat. It fits you perfectly. Yeah, there we go. That person who clapped is from Lakewood, right? I want to start with you, Roy. Tell me about your upbringing. What was your background?
So, I'm from non-religious family. We celebrate all the holidays, and we pretty much like the most Israelis in Israel. Coming to YU, and then I left Israel when I was 15, played high school ball in Northern California for 4 years, then looked for colleges to play, and then chose YU.
Yeah.
And then I came to YU, didn't really know much about Judaism at all, and then I met Zevi, and I got the honor to meet this amazing guy, and kind of taught me a little bit about Judaism, and kind of shared me the love that he has for Judaism, and I kind of picked it from him. So now I really enjoy it. I really do a lot of different things, start picking from Netilat Yadayim in the morning to Brachot, to Tefillin, to many more. And
wow. I want to ask you specifically, growing up, what was your, when you thought about from Jews, what was the thought process like?
So, as I can speak for myself, I think didn't really know much about them. Mm-hmm. There's always like a bad kind of connotation or like a negative feeling about them because I guess I didn't know much.
Right. I saw, by the way, sidebar. This is how my brain works, guys. Sorry, you're gonna stick with me. You took a dig at the red afro. You don't mess with the redheads, man. We're good. Come on. Zevi, not cool. Tom, tell me a little bit about your background, where you grew up, what was your background, what's your upbringing like?
Same, I grew up in Israel, in Herzliya. Same, not religious family. We do keep all the holidays. We do Pesach, we do Shavuot, everything. Also, when I came to YU, I didn't really know how to put tefillin on. The last time that I put tefillin was my bar mitzvah, so it was a long time ago. And I mean, when I met Zevi, just everything changed. He just knows how to come the right way and just kind of like get through you and go to your heart and just do it with love.
Yeah. So, you know, what we saw in the video, Zevi, was nice glimpses. So I'm curious what your coach was thinking when you took that step back fadeaway with 15 seconds left. He was no way he was happy about that, right? There's no way.
I think
You're good, yeah.
I think he's posted something afterwards saying like, sometimes coaches coach and sometimes you gotta let players play.
Yeah.
So, he said as long as it went in, he was okay.
Yeah, as long as it went in. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Obviously, you've had a real impact on your teammates throughout the year, you know, talking about just this story, getting them more involved in Judaism. But specifically, I want to talk about where this Shabbos came into the play, right? Tell me a little bit about that from your perspective.
For sure. It's really like, first of all, before I go anywhere, I want to say anything. This is the first time I'm publicly in front of people.
Let's go. Give him a round of applause. Let's go, everybody. Come on.
No.
Make him feel comfortable.
I just want to thank Project Inspire for everything they've done from the
Just
Tishba
picture
video.
everyone in the crowd wearing a shtreimel like Sholem, and everything will be easy, right, Sholem? Yeah?
But it really all started is really all Siyata Dishmaya from A to Z, from how it all started, from getting them to put on tefillin, to having a minyan, to doing Team Shabbatons. And I said to myself, listen, I can raise $1,000 and do a Team Shabbaton in YU. We'll get cholent. We'll have to warm it up somehow. We'll figure out that stuff. But I said, why don't we figure out a way where we can have Shabbatons in communities for people just to go all out for these guys and show them how Geshmak Shabbos is. And it was really all started, I was in touch with Charlie Harari, and he told me, why don't you do Project Inspire? They just did a Tishba film of you. I was like, I didn't know they do these things. And we got in touch again, and they said, we're all in. And I said, listen, I remember calling Rabbi Samson over and over again. And I said, unlimited food, and more food. He called me a few days later. He said, okay, I'm working on getting a couple of people. I said, did you tell them unlimited food? And I said, the more Gashmias, which really is Ruchnias, that you throw in, the more Ruchnias we can throw into them.
That's
and they
cool,
went
yeah.
all in for the food.
Lakewood has good food? Lakewood, where is that?
The host did a great job.
Jersey? I don't know. I think I've heard of it. I'm not sure. Ari Baruch, right? You guys are in touch with Project Inspire. Like, okay, we're gonna host this Shabbos. We're gonna bring an entire basketball team. All the mothers out there, I want you to understand how much these guys probably eat. So when Zevi says unlimited food, it's not the same as your family. You know, it's just probably not. It's a basketball team. But you took on this challenge of like, we're gonna host this Shabbos. What inspired you to do that?
So I'll start off saying that Zevi said everything was Siyata Dishmaya. The message of unlimited food never got through to us.
Oh, man.
I'm serious, legit. It probably never would have happened.
It's just a regular Lakewood Shabbos, but unlimited
yeah,
food,
it's just
right?
regular. So actually, I had the privilege of learning by Rabbi Yitzchak Berkowitz in Aish Torah, and I met the Rosh Yeshiva, and he always told us, you know, we got to do something with our lives, and we got to do kiruv, and we got to inspire people. And to be honest, I never really did. Always felt a little guilty about it. And so when Chaim called up and said, hey, we want to do Shabbaton, can you help arrange it? Just flash of inspiration. I said, sure, no problem, we'll do it. And I remember being in the car, I was on my way back from a meeting, and that was it. There was no hesitation. It wasn't like, let me think about it, let me ask my wife, because, you know, sometimes you just gotta just jump right in. And that's what happened.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But it didn't end there. It wasn't just a beautiful Shabbos, right? That's not where the story ends. If it did, we wouldn't be here up here doing this. Tell me a little bit about what happened next.
Yeah, so the guys really kept in touch, like, you know, schmoozing, and they came back actually for a second Shabbos a couple of weeks right after, which was amazing. And then at one point, one of the guys, Shlomi Ingber, said, hey, if you guys keep Shabbos again, I'll take you out to reserve cut. And
That's
that
Lakewood,
happened.
baby. That's Lakewood, guys.
Yeah.
Just keep
Yeah.
Shabbos, we're going to reserve cut. Nice.
Yeah, and they were, what were you guys, like 15 guys went out or something like that? Yeah. 12 guys. And just, things just kept going. It was like 1 week, let's do another week. And, you know, the guys are still in touch, you know. I just was schmoozing with Tom, and I said, you know, what's your Pesach plans? And he said, oh, I'm going to be in the city with my mom. I said, in the city with your mom? Come to me for the Seder. And he said, okay, great. And that's it, just like that. Easy peasy.
That's crazy. That's literally the Project Inspire ways. The second things you think are over, it's to keep it going. To keep it going a little bit more and a little bit more. And Baruch, you were there, you were involved in these Shabbosim. And I heard that maybe these Shabbosim did a lot more for you than maybe The Voice. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I think that I was part of the Project Inspire, where Project Inspire is the Project Transform. I was it was said over and over, but we went away with a lot more than I think they went away with. Because if you think about it, how much do we really change in our lives? We go through life, we hear, how much does the average person that was born from change in their lifetime?
Yeah.
And to watch people that they're not people that were seeking necessarily, they weren't necessarily seeking, they weren't people that had a life event that made them look at something. They just transformed their life one step at a time, and I was just amazed. I started off going to one event, I went to the Kiddush, and I went to every event there, and then Ari had them come back again, and I was just more part of the inspiration than they were.
Wow. Roy, Tom, so what would you say your life is different before the Shabbos and now post the Shabbos, that Lakewood Shabbos?
Mainly the main difference before and after. So before, I felt like how Shabbat could be like very serious thing. Very serious. You have like a time schedule of like you have to do this, this, and that. You have to do Kiddush at a certain time. You have to, you know, hear a speech and go through all that. And after that Lakewood Shabbat, I felt like everything is much more calm.
Yeah.
And Shabbat is really like at least time to rest and kind of gather your thoughts and kind of prepare for the following week that you have after. So you it's like a kind of like time to relax. Like.
Yeah. Tom, besides for the hat, what has changed in your life? Guys, can we get him a Borsalino brand deal? Bigger size. Borsalino, let's go.
I mean, after Shabbat in Lakewood, just everything changed. I saw a different religious community, and it changed my whole life. I kept 8 Shabbats in a row.
Wow.
And after these eight Shabbats, Zevi was like, all right, like, I'm going to reward you. And I got something for it. But after that, I did 3 Shabbats totally for myself, for God, and for Zevi. Yeah. And now that's my 11th Shabbat that I keep.
Wow.
I feel like Tom of 2 years ago would never believe that it's going to happen, and it's actually going to be me. But I feel like after this Shabbat in Lakewood, it's just changed my life.
Wow. And it didn't end there. There's a lot of programs. I know you guys are, incentivized. Keep Shabbos and 8 Shabbosim. That's 8 meals at Reserve Cut. Like, I'm in. Like, first of all, where do I sign up? I got to meet the Shlomi Ingber guy. I've been to Reserve Cut once. I've been keeping Shabbos for a long time. You got to speak to that guy. But Zevi, bring it home. Wrap up the message about what you experienced, this whole story. What's your takeaway?
That's a good question. It's really hard to just explain it in words. It's very hard to just explain it in words because I feel it like I don't really know how to explain it. It's just the fact is that I've been keeping Shabbos my whole life, and we have guys here that are like, I'll just give one small example for Tom. The other week, I told him right before Shabbos, I said, Tom, why don't you keep Shabbos this week? He goes, I already did the challenge. And I said, please, just this is the only time you're going to really be able to do it for God. Threw his phone across the room. He goes, you're my Hashem. I said, don't say that. But
we actually had that once. It didn't go well, Tom. It was bad. Not a good time.
The idea was cute, but he told me Friday night, he said, Zevi, I didn't tell my girlfriend and I didn't tell my parents that I'm keeping Shabbos. What do I do? And I said, Tom, they're gonna panic a little bit, but they'll be okay. And he said, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And after Shabbos, he called them and they panicked and then they were okay. And he just feels good. And I think the message for all of us who are involved and are able to help out, it's try your best to be real yourself, because when you're real yourself, the people around you see it. And go out of your way and try to do something extra. For me, I'm with them, and Hashem just throws ideas in my mind, and I just do crazy things with these guys, and Baruch Hashem, it's working.
Yeah.
But everybody here, try your best to go out, reach out, and help out one another.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Listen, that's the power of Project Inspire. Project Inspire, getting people and empowering people. Everyone in this room, I should let you know, just to wrap this up, this could be you. You can do this with somebody, whether it's a neighbor, a friend, a family member. I promise you, these guys probably never thought it would be them, and now it's them, and it could be you too. Thank you all for listening. And Zevi, I will beat you in that one-on-one. I'm just saying. Okay, thank you, bye.
Geschmack.